Redbeard.
We can do it. Like we can do poorly with a good deck. I'm okay with that, or with a bad deck. Galactic Projection Orb. I actually really like the Scientist. It's early. The issue is it will pull a secret, but it won't count for the Projection Orb. But we might get 2. I think I'll take it. It's a pretty big tempo swing. The 9 is so critical to making this card work. Love the Archivist. Meteor? Yeah, sure. It's funny because you want the big expensive spells, but really it's hard to find a 9 and 8. 7s are easier. It's like 5, 6, 9, and 8 are the ones where sometimes there are fewer options and you don't end up with one of those, but those are the most important mana cost to get. Gold Case I love. Ryo? So for those of you that may not know what Galactic Projection Orb does, it recasts a random spell of each cost that we cast this game. So it'll repeat a single 9, a single 6, a single 4. So you really want one of each if you can. And actually good deck. Careful, careful. Our rogue deck was good. What was the deck that went 10 before? What class was that? Was it a shaman? Was it a paladin? It wasn't a priest? What did we play to start the night? The meteor hit your side, so it'll only hit the enemy side. So things like Meteor and Fire Lens Portal and Arcane Overflow are even better. Let's take that. I think the Wrangler's just such a good 2-drop. Just Elemental Synergy, but... Shooting Star? Right, cool. And Shooting Star is a 1 to repeat, but you don't have to take a 1. You'll end up with 2s and 3s and 4s without trying. It's like, okay, a little ping. I think I'd rather just have the Brycool. I don't like any of these, and unfortunately they're not spells. Like, even getting kind of like a junky 5-cost spell at least feels a little better, because you're like, I could at least get the double value, but this card's fine, I just don't like it that much. Well, they're all kind of the same card, only one does something. Minor. Snow Flurry would be really good. Fire Sale actually is kind of actively worse, because most of the cards are going to be purely beneficial. A card like Fire Sale could destroy your own board. Sometimes you want it, but I gotta go Minor, I think. Then we get this here, which is kind of doo-doo. I'm gonna take the... You know what, I'll take the Anubisath. I don't like that card. Could see a strong argument to take the Night Elf here, but I think I'm just gonna take another Sunspot and Sunset and make sure that we have one for the Galactic Projection Orb. All doo-doo here. Alright, I'm gonna take the Hollow Technician. Maybe we can make it work. It's good with Disposal Bot. It's good with our ping. Let's go Cold Case again. Can we grab the Wildfire here? 1-cost spell. I think I'd rather just have a Greedy Partner, though. The coin's kind of valuable. The coin is a spell it can recast as well. If you go first and get the coin, you can at least get 1 mana, which sometimes matters. This 3 is really good. I need that 7, but want that Ruined Orb. We're going to be kicking ourselves if we don't end up with a 7. Easy Archivist here. This card's good, even though it's not good in our deck. We'll see. Hidden Objects counts as a 2 and a 3. But I need to draft a secret. Synthesize is actually a really good one. Scorpid is really good for finding like a 5 or an 8. Alright, let's take the Synthesize and hope we get another Scorpid. Okay, they didn't let me finish that thought. I need 2 more Excavates as well. I'm gonna go Mechanome here. Life Sentence is cool, but we'll have a spell. Oh, Ice Barrier. I actually would like an Ice Barrier here too, but I want to have the ability to find something that maybe we don't end up with an 8 or a 5, or let's say we haven't gotten our 6 or our 7 and we need to find one of those, but we have this card in our hand. I'm going to slam the Rigged for the the mad scientist. And then that's not a bad card to repeat, but it's also a good card to go off and find our spells that can work. As for secret, not these. I don't hate rigged. Let's take Burrow Buster. Card's great. That's our 3rd excavate. And you can also repeat the excavate treasures. The 1, the 2, the 3. Interesting pick here. Probably gonna grab the Flame Strike. Doubling up on 7s isn't bad. You're just that much more likely to have one, and you really need them. You gotta get the Meteor and the Fire Lens Portal. If you don't get the Meteor, maybe you have the Flame Strike. The Flame Strike clears the board, then the volley hits all face. But an Ice Barrier wouldn't be that bad. I wouldn't mind a 2nd secret. But Flame Strike's good. Just keep trying to make an argument for it, but no big elementals, which is kind of a bummer. We don't have the 5 or anything. Newest Simpsons episode is pretty good. Oh, God. Audio Splitter copies Galactic Projection Orb, which is just incredible. Tempest is fun and gives us a thing, and Arcane Defenders is like the only 8 you can get. We need one. Alright, I'm gonna take the 8, I think. I would take all 3 of these, though. Let's grab the 4, just because I think it's the best card here. And I'm praying for an Excavate card, or at least a card that discovers. Omega Giga Punished. Dude, that sucks. Can I trade it? Dude, the Audio Splitter is so much more common than Arcane Defenders. Most decks don't get one. Man, this deck got really heavy too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I need a dong. I think I should grab that.
I got 1s. I've got 2s. I've got 3s. I've got other 4s. I've got 7s. I've got 5s. I think it's going 12 and 2. I would bet both of my left nuts. Do you have 2 left nuts? I want to turn this down a little bit. And it gives me one more turn to try to find a 2. Don't tell how many wins. Guess you can get screwed by a heavy hand. Yeah, I don't think this deck drawing its cheap cards and then hitting its heavy cards is necessarily going to be like guaranteed to win. I don't think it's that strong. But if it draws like this, it definitely won't win. Where it could be slow? Yeah. Yeah. But can they be as slow as us? We could just hit a Frost Lich Cross Stitch here. Hellhound, Cold Case. I mean, like, the fun of a deck like this is even when you have a start like this, you can kind of, like, potentially incrementally come back. And then you have this big card that might go over the top of people if things line up well. And that's fun. Need to get to 10 mana. I think it takes a lot more than that to make a Galactic Projection Orb deck work. Because you're not casting a Flame Strike on 7, an Arcane Defenders on 8, and a Sunset Volley on 9 into a Projection Orb that often. And even when you are, I don't think that that guarantees you a win in modern Hearthstone anymore. You like kill a couple of 4/4s and then take them from 30 to 20 and then summon a 10/10 and then they kill it for 1 mana and then your deck is no longer functional. I think stuff like that happens fairly often. With the 4th Excavate, I think it changes things. Had we got offered 1 more, it gives you kind of a secondary win con, so you can just hit your Excavates, or you can hit all your big spells and have a big Projection Orb. Sometimes you need something else. Had we taken the Audio Splitter, or got offered an Audio Splitter, and could have 2 Projection Orbs some games, sadly, like, sometimes I think that's what it will take. And this deck can't get 2 Projection Orbs, and it can't get 1 Legendary Excavate without randomly generating it, which is possible, but you do kind of, I think, need that possibility. Let's see where these go. I might brew it back. Well, we do have a Blast Mage Miner, and that might be our way to get our legendary Excavate. We may have to do that. The secret that the scientists pull from your deck count is a 3 for the orb. No. Unfortunately, no. I mean, like, this game's a great example, right, of kind of how the games play out a lot of the time. Where it's just like, your opponent doesn't care about your Meteor or your Flame Strike or your Arcane Defenders. They're just gonna play gigantic things and then play a Dr. Boom, and then you're gonna lose. 8 base damage for no reason. Yeah, that card is really strong. We did pass a 4-mana spell that could have, you know, maybe. It's the Flame Strike. Maybe we just Flame Strike here. This could work though. It's hard to get this down. Maybe trade those off. Trading this off. Kind of works like Flame Strike, only I got to spend all 8 of my mana. Would it be stronger if it hits minions only? No, I don't think so. But there would be some instances in Arena where it could kind of like, you know, you don't want it to hit face. But I think that card being able to hit face, like in this spot, like imagine if I'm at 17 here. I actually feel fairly confident at 17 that we're at least going to stabilize. Now if he's just got a weapon into a weapon, we can't win. But we got Pyroblasted by a 6-drop that has incredible stats and, you know, took me 6 mana to kill. I used a card, 6 mana to Pyroblast my own face. And I think if I don't do that, I'm in an even worse spot. Which is alarming. But we did have a pretty bad draw. Our deck is heavy. Remember, a third of our deck costs more than 4, 2/3 cost less than 4, and we didn't make any plays turns 1 through 4, so definitely can happen, and it definitely sucks when it does. But it's not over yet. It ain't over yet. Now, if I could ping that before casting Sunset, that'd be nice. I'm gonna freeze that. That one is unfortunately not very good. We're gonna play this one and shoot here. And then we're gonna play this one. And my hand is too full, so I didn't get the 3. Okay. Okay. Didn't work out exactly how I wanted it. Draw a weapon. There's like an elemental that discovers a spell and reduces its cost by 1 or something. That card is so good. And there's another one that draws a weapon for a class that doesn't have any weapons. I want to play the 1-man taunt and buff him. If I knew he had a weapon, I'd feel more obligated to play the taunt. Taunt can always come down with a 9. Really need to kill this before I cast this, but I can't do that. 6 was Meteor. Do I have to Projection Orb? I need so many things. I need the Cold Case. I need this to die. No weapon with damage. I don't think Mage has a weapon that you can draft in the meta. Trade, trade, double trade, single trade. Finalizing, Metamorphin, and Thaddeus the Monstrosity. He's only got 2 cards. If I could just stabilize. I have to ping it. I think it probably has to be like ping, Cold Case, and Taunt. The alternative is you could just play the Projection Orb. It will cast Meteor and then Flame Strike. But what else will it even cast? Cryo, Synthesize. I don't think that's winning. I think you're more likely to live. Orb? I don't think Orb. Maybe though. You got all this stuff. Arcane Defenders. Oh yeah, Arcane Defenders is in there. If the meteor hits like here, I guess here specifically, then it's really bad for us. Yeah, I guess because we have the orb, the defenders too. Unfortunately, we miss an epic treasure. But what can you do? See what these cards were. We played this, and buffed. We would ping. But I guess if he gotten that, that probably would kill us, the top decked rush. But if he rolled this, it probably screws us too. That's probably enough to get through the taunt. We'd be at 11, so maybe not. But even if he didn't top deck this, getting the Pelican would be really problematic. Seems good enough. I mean, you could clear this and have a board, and you're still at 7. It does look more winnable right now. We might just draw a Sunspot, right? If you live here, you don't die. At least not this turn. If I live this turn, I won't die this turn. We would have died to that too, for sure. Interesting.
My hand is too full.
Okay. Why, Red? Why? Every time in this game, I am getting kicked. They always PMing me. Can't you just kill it? I wanted to. Missed 2 face, lol. Should have just traded first. He gained so much. I was like, can we kill him? He just gained 1,000 life. Alright, stay alive against another one, but die to a top deck Sunspot? Better? I'm not sure. Schmork? Yeah, we could schmork. Could schmork this dork. What's 1 bomb in our deck? 1 bomb. Just 1 bomb.
Well played.
I don't know, man. It feels like it's not at the threshold
You asked for it.
of like broken cards in Arena or in Hearthstone today, even though it should. It should feel like the most broken card. But is it even like a top 5 warrior card? Not counting legendaries? I'm not so sure that it is. I mean, if we look at deck win rate, Non-legendary, non-neutral warrior cards. Where do you think it ranks? I would guess it costs 8 mana. I would guess it's like 7th or 8th. And now let's pull up the win rates and look. So, funny, the first 4 cards are all neutral legendaries, and then Nelly. Neutral, 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 legendary. 1, 2, 3, what the fuck? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards with a higher deck win rate than it. What is that card called? Revenant? Revenant is like not even a not it's like way lower. Maybe not way lower. What is that? 10? Oh no. It's actually 11. There are 10 non-legendary warrior class cards above it. Who wants to guess them? Non-legendary, non-neutral. Warrior class cards. 1 through 10. Trial is number 1. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 11 counting legendaries and neutrals. Trial is number 1 for the caveat that we have implemented here. Non-legendary, non-neutral warrior class cards. I'm gonna read them. If you guys guess them and I don't say it, then you didn't get it, okay? Not brawler, not brawl, not the 4/8, not execute. Which is kind of crazy that it's an obvious one. The excavate cards that give armor. So the excavate card that gives armor is one of them. It is number, let me see if I can keep track of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is number 9. You guys got number 1 and 9. Druid Quest, no. Sword Eater and Garrosh, no. It's insane, but I've skipped Title Revenant. Things like Excavates are probably better. Yeah, I think so. I would definitely skip it for that. How are you, Mr. Dose? Good to see you. Don't answer, you probably know. Blast Charge is one of them. You guys got number 1 and number 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. Blast Charge is the 5th on this list. You guys got 1, 5, and 9. Not Troublemaker. Fred's got the Druid Quest today, and he seems so excited. He gets so mad all the time. 1/4 that buffs. Anima is on the list. Anima is number 8. Anima is number 8 on this list. I will say there's something on this list that now that I give you this clue, nobody would get. There's probably at least 2 cards that I would not have guessed. Now, keep in mind, this is just deck win rate. It's a little bit of a noisy signal. You know, it's not the be-all and end-all, but Rider's Axe is number 4. Sorry, number 3 on this list. I actually may have miscounted a little bit. I might have counted this as a class card. It's number 3 on this list. Number 3. Number 8. Number 8. The Big Rift. The Big Rift is on the list. He's probably not hitting my face for a while. The Big Rift is number 7. Actually, I think I have this correct still. The Big Rift is number 7. I need to stop dreadsing. No retires anymore. I love everyone every day checks their score and says, Oh, I just retire too much. And I do too, even though I actually do retire, but I know none of you actually do. Because you all just really stink at this game. Okay, so you guys are missing number 2, 4, 6, and 10 that are all above Tidal Revenant. Steam Guardian. My guess is you're cheating. But maybe you're not. Because I would not guess Steam Guardian, but there's something else on this list that I would guess less than Steam Guardian. And Steam Guardian is actually the number 2 deck win rate card. Non-legendary, non-neutral. Warrior class card. We're guessing top warrior cards. The dragon does damage equal to armor. Not on the list. If trials their Steam made sense, okay, I respect it. You know, I don't think you're necessarily cheesing it. I wouldn't have guessed that. If I did, I would have been guessing it at like number 10. What's best neutral warrior card? Non-legendary is Reef Walker, followed by Kobold Miner, Observer of Mysteries, Burrow Buster. Neutrals: Sylvanas, Raid Boss, Heart, Flint. But you guys are missing. 2 is surprising, but the card's pretty solid. Just always draw trial and make it 6. Athletic Studies? No, not Athletic Studies, although that's close. I think that was like a 11 or 12? It's just below Tidal Revenant. It's actually tied with Tidal Revenant for 11. This always works, right? God, I love that combo. The Taunt discovered, no. You guys are missing 4, 6, and 10. Alright, I'm gonna give you a clue. Let me see what they are. One's a weapon, which is probably a little too obvious. One is a weapon. Blast Tortoise is number 6. Blastoise is number 6. Those said Outriders, true. You guys are missing a weapon. The Imbued Axe is number 10, just above Tidal Revenant and Athletic Studies. So you guys are missing, unsurprisingly, the one I thought you would miss the most, which just so happens to be the number 4 card. Okay, hint. The hint is it costs 1 mana. I don't know. The hint is it costs 1 mana. And I can only hope that I help. Spell or minion? The dumb location. The dumb location is number 4. Dumb location is number 4. The one that pings and like adds attack or something is what it does. Sanguine Depth, yeah, number 4. That's the one I thought you guys would never guess. And well, you guys guessed it, but not without a clue. Steam Guardian has 14,000 plays. So there's again, there's a little bit of noise all the time. Trial has 19,000 plays and is in 41% of warrior decks, which is kind of crazy. How could you have that high a percentage of that card that I never get? Blastoise 13,000. So I would imagine Anima has 20,000 plays. I would imagine that I think I've taken it once. People just skip it a lot. I mean, it's just cheap and it's interactive, I guess. deck win rate does skew towards cheaper cards, so something like Revenant takes a hit. Because sometimes you'll lose because you can't make it to turn 8, but it's in your deck or whatever.
I have been chosen by Amatis herself.
It's interesting. Just like having a card that allows you to make a play or a decision offers some sort of intrinsic value for sure. If Dreads always has 2, then you have 0. It's the way of the world. Yeah, it averages out 1 in every deck. 2 per Dreads and 0 for all of us.
For the Peacekeeper! For the Peacekeeper!
I think I want the coin. These are cool too, but yeah, we can like do that next turn maybe. Turn 8, is that something that happens in Magic the Gathering? It happens in Hearthstone. I feel like we get some pretty good games these days. There are many cards that are worse than 1 mana for 3 pings. I'd pick a location over a lot of neutral curve pieces. Yeah, I think that's fair.
I have ascended in her name.
But I actually don't think I've drafted it once, and I have drafted a fair amount of Warrior. I like Warrior, and I feel like my Warrior decks that get 1 Trial and 1 Bellowing Flames, even if they're going 4 or 5, can be kind of fun. You have 1 or 2 tools to answer the board, and you get to play with some different cards. My Warrior decks without Bellowing Flames, which didn't make that list, probably because people don't play it correctly. Sometimes you have to play it unforged. Sometimes you have to hold it. Like AoE typically doesn't perform super well. Flame Strike historically, Meteor, Blizzard, Holy Nova. These type of cards actually usually have lower win rates, and people have always prioritized them. These days, those cards I think are less valuable, but in the past I think they were more valuable than people gave them credit for.
Come,
I'm going first a lot? Who? Me?
I'm the snake in your boot.
I go second 72% of the time. I don't know how. I don't know why. But I seem to go second at a humongous rate. I just want to hold my coins. For what? I'm not sure. But luckily, I can't think of a single card that could answer a board status like this from Priest. Yeah, sure, Hellfire. Sure, Fire Sail. But Priest, I don't think has a single one. Played win rate skews towards heavy cards. It skews towards cards that end the game or do nothing. So like Pyroblast always has pretty much the highest played win rate, because by the time you play it, the game is over. Holy Nova? Is that a new card? Or is, the new expansion's not out yet, so I'm not worried about Holy Nova or whatever that is. Savage Roar, Bloodlust, Pyroblast. I would imagine Revenant has a higher played win rate than deck win rate, because once you make it to turn 8 and you're able to play a really powerful card, a lot of times that'll win you the game, even if you're not pointing it at your opponent's face. When you're playing an 8 mana 5/8 that kills their 5-drop and gains you life, you know, like those games can skew things too. Fireball? Condemn. Remember, we're only counting cards that are in right now, not the stuff from the new set or whatever.
I wonder.
If it's not been released yet, then I'm not accounting for it. Condemn, rank, whatever. I don't. Only cards. Holy Nipple? Yeah, no, that one. That one, I know.
Amazing.
But anyway, I was just kidding. Sometimes I pretend because I didn't want him to play Holy Nova. I'd like a 4-drop that can, I don't know, attack. That doesn't give his minions in his hand +6/+6 when I cast it. Come on. Taking cards out of the opponent's deck. Wish I had thought of that. I have to wake up 20 minutes early today. Yeah, I'm sleeping horribly lately. Horribly. Actually, one of the first days. When did we co-op? 2 days ago? Probably the last 3 or 4 days. It's been warm here. It was like 31 here today, Dos. And I know you hate the heat. I hate the heat. I sleep during the day, and man, when it's like sunnier and hotter, I just can't sleep. Plus, I don't know, like I'm like kind of half falling asleep on the couch some days, or this guy's small, right? Doesn't like gain any wacky attack. It's getting warm for me, yeah. It's funny because it was a kind of a longer. God, I don't want to copy that. It's been kind of a longer, colder winter here. This card just costs 2? Man, and I was kind of like, man, I'd like a little bit of sun. But after about 3 or 4 days of warm weather, I'm just like, forget it. I just don't like it, man. I can't sleep. I'm not relaxed. I don't know, man. I started today the stream with the door open just to let some cool breeze kind of flow through. Okay, Blast Mage Miner this turn. How about Burrow Buster? Good Meteor. I might Meteor here. Wait, Heat Wave here and I'm dying. Yeah, it was like high 80s here today. I think it's gonna be mid 80s tomorrow, and then back to more respectable mid 70s, low 70s. 20, 24, 25 kind of at least. Can't complain because compared to many other places, it's been cool in the UK this year. Still too warm for me this week. Yeah, I think you and I have a very similar temperament when it comes to the climate. It's funny, I feel like you and I have a lot of similarities. It's kind of like our demeanor and that aspect of. Oh, I'm sitting here like, oh, I'll just flame strike this board. I don't have a flame strike. But like, for example, like Dreads and I are so different. He's evil.
The caress of death is not gentle.
Oof. Hitting the Divine Shield is at least kind of good. Why not draw the Flame Strike? I don't know why I'm sitting there thinking the whole time that I had Flame Strike. Which wouldn't have even been that good, but it would have been kinda good. I don't know what the, how big is that? 9? Whatever he shroomscavates. Oh, that positioning. You love to see it. You love to see it if you're a Redbeard fan. You hate to see it if you're a Redbeard hater. But we know what killed the dinosaurs. It was the Ice Age, but also caused by a meteor. And a dragon's kind of like a baby dinosaur in a way, or dinosaur cousin, something like that. It's maybe 75 to 80 this week. Yeah, that's what it's gonna drop down to here. Today, it's gonna be, you know, another couple, you know, plus 1 or 2 C from there. Okay, I got a plan. We met at 8-8. Actually, I should have done this first. Already played a 6. I'm just gonna take the Flame Strike. I mean, currently, I don't have my projection orb, so it kind of doesn't matter, but every game is gonna come down to probably, like, needing to get it if we can. And then knowing what, you know, is at least possible. You want to not like if I hadn't had a meteor, maybe Blizzard's a better card than Flame Strike for us. That could have been objection. Okay, I drafted it. It couldn't have been objection, but okay. As long as this, I almost don't even want to talk, but as long as this pings here once. honestly not so bad. 10-10, killed the 1-1, which is likely but not guaranteed. And then got the Divine Shield and didn't hit the origami too much. Like hit this a few times too, which is, let's say he's not making this trade. Could matter. I'd rather Flame Strike is bored than Firelight Sparta our own face. Ha! Yeah, well, the beauty of Galactic Projection Orb is it only targets enemies. So you don't have to worry about it hitting your own face. Ha! The rise of flowering plants may have contributed to the extinction of the larger dinosaurs. They didn't like flowers? Did it attract bees and the bees stung them? It was 5 to 6% to not kill the 1-1? No, don't tell me the odds. Well, you can tell me the odds, actually. Thank you for telling me the odds, but sometimes the odds, you know, they fook ya. Straight up. I'm gonna play this one. It's hard to get that card down sometimes. And I am gonna ping this as well. If he has an equality, it gets a lot better for him if he has a 1-1. Ecological shifts. CO2 levels decreased, I guess? The newer plants were much more nutrient-rich, which favored smaller herbivores. Man, science is incredible. Even if it's not, like, 100% factual, and it's somewhat, I'm assuming, theoretical, really nice to think about those things. The vegan dinosaur rising. What's their downfall? What's a vegan dinosaur? I mean, what are you talking about, Dose? I didn't know you were one of those vegan dinosaur guys. Come on. Come on, dude. Get the fuck out of my way with this. Oh my god, it stops me from getting this on the board, which is mostly irrelevant, but I like this card a lot. This card I think is draftable, and I think it's probably somewhat underrated. Freeze is just so good. There are more flowers! They ate them! I don't know! It's early. Boy, talk like that, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to invite him back on. Vegan crocodiles. 200 million years ago! I saw an Instagram little reel, is that what it's called? I saw like an Instagram thing of a guy feeding a crocodile, and it just like, it was hauling ass to eat him. I was like, man, this guy takes one stumble, that thing's just gonna kill him. Watched a video of somebody like bungee jumping, I don't know if you saw this, and the rope was too long, that like dipped him in the water instead of like not, but like, I don't know, they slowed down. I'm pretty sure they broke all the bones in their face though. Like, I'm not gonna bungee jump, I'm not gonna go wrestle an alligator. But, you know, maybe that's...
What to do? What to do?
Wow, this turn is awful. I flame strike here? Maybe I just flame strike. Yeah, that's probably better. Dangerous animals are cool? Yeah, they're cool. It's cool to look at videos, and I guess maybe I couldn't look at videos of them if people weren't going around feeding them and taping themselves. So maybe that's a thing. Build a board and freeze. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we could have held Flame Strike. Yeah, maybe. I like that. This wasn't bad either. Keep him completely off the board. If he doesn't have a 7/6 Divine Shield Rush Lifesteal, which they always do have, for some reason, there would be,
Reporting for duty.
I actually trade? Or... Oh, no. I probably do this, right? We hit here. Ping here. We hit here. Then we don't give him more than one life. Let's beat on the more. I worry about floods. Hate that card. At this point, I have played a 9, I have played an 8, I have played 1, 7, and a 6. So if I get Projection Orb, then we just... Oh, fuck. Oh, fudge. Then we just rip it. But unfortunately... I don't have a secret. Oh, God. Taunt. Lifesteal. Or always screws me. Card is really strong. 2 charges would make sense. 3 charges feels oppressive. 2 would be kind of like, why? Why does he get 2 6-drops for 7 mana? Why does he get 12 mana while only spending 7? Well, he has to wait a turn and it's random. Okay, sure. Why does he get 3? Earth is having brownouts. And not the kind you're accustomed to. My power went out. Apparently, will be another 5 hours. Well, be safe. Be careful. Charge your phone, unless it's already too late. Okay, so at this point, we have to pivot to stall the game until we find Projection Orb and pray. Have we cast a 2? I'm not sure we've even cast a 2. I kind of need cryopreservation. Or I need to get this down, which I can. I can go 2, 1, 7. Maybe shoot whatever comes out of here. Standard's unplayable because of how slow it is, but it seems it's strong in arena. Well, yeah, but it's like you can't really gauge cards, and this is something they continually make the mistake of. You can't really gauge cards off of their power level in standard. Because most of the cards don't see any play. But for 10 years, they just... I mean, they don't seem to even balance standard really well, to be honest with you. Could get Flame Ward.
I can't resist.
Touch him like this so he doesn't attack. Well, it's good to know that some people can low roll 6-drops at least, instead of only high roll them. Remember Night Captain? Why print that? Yeah, like Night Captain didn't make any sense. Problem is, like, this ends the game so fast, I don't even have time to... Like, if I don't draw... Like, if I draw Raikou, I just lose, you know? But man, deal 5 is powerful. I mean, just because of the objection, we might get an extra turn. Jesus Christ.
Presentation is everything.
It's never better to shoot this one, because it's the one that pings. I don't know. Maybe. Hate arena players. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe he feels like he has to kill this. Please, just give me the Projection Orb. Let me lose, but play the Projection Orb. Please, I beg of you. Or actually, maybe let me win, but, you know. Anything other, like, literally anything other than the Raikou is helpful this turn. It could be helpful. This is probably actually the second worst draw in our deck this turn, but it's better than Raikou, so I'll take it. I can't cast any of the things I need unless I get cryopreservation. And if I could shoot that, I'd be in a good spot, but I can't. This is 0. Oh, is it 0? Oh, so I can kill the 7/7. Right? Why does Mechanome feel so shit now? Because we're not playing it in Death Knight, getting discounted Scourges all the time. What does this card say? Draw a Naga and a spell. So that's good if I get Flame Strike or Cryo. It's bad if I cast it and get these cards, because then I'm sort of just floating all my mana. But this was good. I mean, this was lucky that we at least found something. He's got 5 and I have 6. I get an Arcane Defenders, a Meteor. It's a big deal if I hit Firelands, but I guess I haven't cast Flame Strike. This is a 5 for us as well, which is actually kind of bad. If I cast this, then I don't get the taunts from Arcane Defenders. Getting very aggro. This guy's being really aggro. What's his problem? Molten Rune was nuts. I don't know about nuts. If I had gotten better spells, maybe.
Reporting for duty.
Something good. Oh, that is unfortunate. So we have to roll this. Alright, that is also that is the worst spell. Okay, so we got the worst top deck into the worst. We lost the 1 and 4. At least Projection Orb maybe could do something next turn. If Flame Strike clears this board, and then I'm okay. Cryopreservation allows me to freeze this, free kill that, ping that, get a rare treasure. It's a clear board. I don't think you can play Light Bugs, because then if you get Arcane Defenders, your board's going to be full. Or, I'm sorry, if you get Projection Orb, your board will be full. You won't summon anything. I think it's actually going to cost us the game if we play it. Someone is sitting on the RNG lever or something. Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's okay, we'll try our best. I want to ping. If I'm gonna ping, let's put extra minions on the board. Lightbugs makes you lose the 10 drop from the Sunset Volley, yeah. Yeah, you lose 2 5/6 taunts and a 10 drop. And, you know, it's like... Yeah, we might be in a slightly better position here, but like, the only way we can win is getting it and high rolling it, and that might not even be good enough here, right? Like, based off of what he's doing every turn. Infinity damage, infinity smackaroos. Don't think we have to trade. So what are we getting? We're getting a 10 drop, and we're getting 2. We're getting a 10 drop, and we're getting 2 8 drops. We're also getting a 6 drop. We could also get the cold case minions. I think we just do it like this. Trade for Meteor? Yeah, I'm more concerned with the minions I'm getting on the board. Ooh, wait a minute, that might kill me. Maybe he just concedes before he realizes. And I might be the one that's dead. I dropped 3. I'm not in fatigue yet. I'm not in fatigue yet. Projection targets enemies. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant trade to set up a meteor that would kill his, like set him to 4 health. Yeah, it only targets enemies. Got another one of these, so even if we get close until pretty late in the game, halfway through, 2/3 of the way through their deck, they get them on, you know, turn 3 or 4, can't deal with the stats. Typical Redbeard W. Well, we've done 3 runs today. We had a 2 or 3. I think it went 2 though, actually. And then we had a 10 and a 9. So pretty good runs, honestly. You remove all cards with Rush and Lifesteal, or cripple their attack or something. I would really like to play test a version of Hearthstone where the player going first can't have Rush on their cards. I would really like to play test that. Maybe it makes going first horrible. Maybe it becomes like actively worse for you. But man, I would like to see what that's like. hate the voice line of the 2-5. This one? This one? Which 2-5? You've inspired me. I'm playing Arena after not playing for at least 4 months. Good luck, man. Hopefully you do well and you have fun.
You will not come closer.
You know, people kind of scoffed at Rig Fair Game. I think Rig Fair Game is pretty critical to our deck success. Really need it to go off here. We need to get off here. I'm okay with this. Certainly. Holy shit. That's it? That's all you've got? The next death rattle you play immediately dies. Do I have one? I do not. That's kind of nice. What does it look like next turn?
This realm
If I'm not using my coin. Me 4, not very good. Could be 4. 6, 7. I guess it's hope to draw Firelands, probably. It's probably better than Firelands. Last thing I want is to burn my projection or my 9. Actually, I guess I don't care about my 9. Or my 8 or my 6. And then this enables these things at least to play like 4-3 and then go like 4-2-2 or something. Depending on what we draw. Where is it here? Okay, buff 2. Just don't go 3-2-2. Is that bad? Which 2-5 were you talking about? The Elemental? I drafted, and you know how sometimes you stream and you talk about all the cards you don't get, even though sometimes you get them? I've done 3 Death Knights since they've done adjustments. And this very well may be a pre-adjusted deck or whatever. I've not been offered a single Hematurge, a single Skeleton Crew. He discovered this? I think he discovered that. I've been offered a single Puppet Boy. I don't know, man. I think I've been offered about 10 total class cards. It's still probably better to keep an extra minion on board rather than heal my face for 2. It's a Dota 2 meme. A pro player won $320 betting against his team and throwing. Yeah, that's not good. That ain't good. Never bet against your team. Alright, I gotta be close to lethal here. 6. This deals 6 to his face. 6, 12. It's actually not quite lethal with this.
presentation is everything.
Just a couple points off. Did you want to get one more excavate by freezing it? No. This summon's on the board. I don't get an excavate from his skeleton crew. I also don't care about getting a legendary excavate or any more excavates because I've already won the game. As long as I don't, like, spend turns, like, doing nothing, then he can't win. That order was really bad for him.
Strike with fury.
He threw? I mean, he was dead either way, but he could have cleared bigger minions. It is called Cold Touch? Cold Touch? Cold Hands? Something. You know, it's been a few years since I've tried to coin out something. Tried to coin a 3-on-2. But I still worry about it. Can I make this play with my coin? I don't think I could wrangle whelps. You ever saw Harry Potter and the
Nobody attack me.
what do they call it? Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Actually, you know what? Let's get these down rather than ping his guy. Try to get 2 taunts, one that can kill his guy. We'll have the taunt for next turn. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Pots. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets when they try to wrangle the little fairies. It would be like that. And we ain't got no stinking Hermione there to, you know, save our pathetic asses. 3-1-1.
Presentation is everything.
He might have pings. He might not. It actually might cause him a lot of trouble.
I have ascended in her name.
I don't have to invest mana to utilize it. It was the first book movie, if I recall. Wasn't it, Gilderoy Lockhart? He's in the second book. Maybe it wasn't. I thought he, like, let him out, and they thought they were gonna be wimpy. But then they ended up, like, being, like, really annoying and hard to catch. Professor Quirrell. I think you're mistaken, but I may be mistaken. Hagrid does get a dragon. Whelp at some point. Forget which book it was. He got a dragon in number 4? Or number 5? Number 5? 4 or 5? After the maze. They should, somebody, I'm sure somebody probably has. But I'm saying, they should. They should make a Harry Potter, like another Harry Potter book, told from the perspective of one of the kids that just goes to Hogwarts, that doesn't particularly like Harry, but isn't like Malfoy. Just kind of annoyed, but like it's also just doing his studies. He's just like, oh, this fucking half-blood prince again with this shit. Trying to get a nice job in the Ministry of Magic or whatever. Quirrell gave a dragon to Hagrid. No. He didn't. You guys are just making shit up. You guys are just saying shit to piss me off. I'm a real Potterhead. Don't you know I'm a real Potterhead?
My heart is pumping.
Sounds like Ron. Call it Harry Shadow. It'd be like Orson Scott Who. I don't get it. Thank you, Mott, for the sub. What's up, Fat B? Mott gifted 100 fucking subs. I don't know what to say other than shout out to that guy and thank him. Whoa, we made a lot of money today. Wow. Wait a minute, I should go buy some trivial shit. Yesterday, not counting ads, we made $27. Some days are... Is that right? I don't know. Almost lost a lot of money today. Did you? Did we? Did the stocks go down? I have a 401k. From when I worked at Target, and there's money in there. I actually spend a lot of the time, you know, worrying about like how to, not a lot. I spend some time worrying about like how am I gonna get it out one day? I don't really understand where it is. You know, it's somewhere. I think I can get access to it. Void Scripture next turn plus Sunset, maybe? I think it was minus 1k on the day. Put up comfortably for the week. Keep leaving the door open, it might wander in. I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to get it, you know? Like, it's through a Target thing. So it's like, I think I still have to deal with, like, Target employee services to, like, get any information or to get access to anything. It's, like, a real hassle. And it's like, if you try to log in, like, they need, like, 37 forms of identification. And it's like, well, I changed my driver's license. You know, I live in a different state now. So they're like, okay, you're not the same person. I'm like, oh, fuck me. The Target ends up with rats. A lot of the targets, a couple of the targets I worked at did end up with a lot of rats. Actually, for a little while, I kind of was the rat whisperer. They sent me to a couple of stores that had rat infestations. I was like, well, I don't want to go there. And they're like, oh, you have to. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know, assess the rat situation. So I'm like, okay, well, there's undoubtedly a crap ton of rats here. Now let's call the pest people. Yeah, I'm not going to go kill them. Easy flame strike? I'm not sure if I even want a flame strike. What I really wanted? Fuck you! What I really wanted was, him not to heal. Draw 2 cards? Maybe. That's better. Dude. Alright, prayer. Pray for me. 4, 8, 10, 13. Okay, perfect. Still alive. Every situation is a rat situation if you bring along a little rat to share it with. Yeah, I don't really like rats. Oof. There's a rat in here? I don't know. I'd probably try to grab my broom and try to sweep it outside. Killing the taunt bad? Killing the taunt kills you. So yeah, you die on board if you kill the taunt. I wouldn't advise it. With all the tools, just no mana, right? No health, no mana. Felt like we were pretty close. Forgot, I can hover with the mouse to see what the cards do. Yeah, this is not an 8-mana 4/4 taunt that does nothing. This is an 8-mana 4/4 taunt that spawns 2 4 6 taunts. All are demon and all get resummoned with Gul'dan. And get pulled from Void Caller most of the time for 0 mana. Wait a minute. Actually not dead? Not dead, but dying. If I had like a Conjurer's Calling, I could trade this and split it or something. What elementals do I have? Nothing big enough to save me. Beast do I have? Nothing. I would say this game is winnable. I wouldn't anticipate. I don't anticipate winning it.
What to do?
Fall before the imp's gambit.
I can go up to 6. Maybe remove like 2 things. I think it's better if I do this and I go for a 10-drop font. I got a rush. Another rush. And you get like the 6/7. If you get the 6/7, spits out a 6/7 and it kills here, goes face. Preferably it goes face. He's at 11. Really doesn't have 1? I mean, he didn't have 1 last turn. We were at 1 last turn too. Tap. Just tap. Give him a little. Tap, tap, taparoo. At least get him to 15. Okay, he's at 19. 19. Yeah, do that. That probably helps me, actually. Okay, so how do we deal 4? How can we deal 4? I don't think I can really do it. I can trade. I can hit. Wow, we're really close with this to clearing this board. I hit. He has 6/7. I don't have any extra mana. Man, if I just rip like Flame Strike here, Flame Strike's a full clear. It's Hellfire's torching you. If I can get into 15, and at least pretend like you could hit 3 bombs. He has 15 damage in his deck. Could have the most epic win of all time. I get a like 1 hits his face and I get a rock.
You burn some, you burn some. An island lo-fi is on the come up.
Shoot! I just want to see. Okay. If he got 3 bombs that turn, and I could have found a little bit. If I was at 4, I would rip the Hellfire there. That's 3. I have a kind of heavy deck. Having a 2 and getting a 1, kind of smoothing out the curve, hopefully a little, is probably okay. That was still a pretty good game. Coral, Mage. I mean, like everybody you lose to always has same name, unreadable. Coral Mage, Neon Elk, Gray Owl. Like they're all the same. It's like the people with names you can read in games are very different. Bump and ping. I think I will just ping his guy and play the 2 now. Very sus. I mean, half your, well, at least at this time of night, I guess, half my opponents. Coral Mage, Grey Satyr, or a bunch of characters I can't read. It's just sort of where we find ourselves. I'm gonna try this. I'll play this too. Just spend my mana. If he wants to bump this and ping this, fine. Deal 1 to his guy, we eat 2 of his mana for 1 of our cards and 1 mana, but a card that's never gonna really provide us any real value. Could set up a better disposal bot. Get Meteor here. Hard to get a Meteor that matters. If I had, I guess I could play like this, but like the 7/7 still has to require a card, right? He has to use something on it. Ring toss. Jumbled letters and everything above 3,000 get reported for sure. I don't know about the numbers. Do the numbers matter? Maybe they do.
I have been chosen by Amatis herself.
And then just to clarify for anybody wondering, I might have mentioned earlier, a galactic projection orb counts your original cost, not the discounted cost. So this Fire Lens portal will not count as a 4 drop, it'll count as a 7. Man, it's so good to give him the coin for the Azurite Vein. If that's kind of what it comes down to. I want to get the Firelands. I'm going to break the counter. I want to be able to play this next turn. Plus, this is my best play I can make this turn. So I want to hold this. Otherwise, playing this and this is kind of nice. So you don't trigger either. But then I lose the ability to give him a coin potentially from the Azurite Vein. Oh, now I don't have to give him Orb next turn. That's good too. I went 3 in 1 and I'm bored. Yeah, you don't have to do it all in one sitting. You can always take your time, right? I cast Meteor and then I hit him in the face for 7. So he dies if he just pings to this. Meteor will clear this no matter what. And then the 10 will all hit his face. A better appreciation of deck draft. In what? In what way? You mean like, you appreciate the difficulty of it, or you appreciate you have like a better understanding? And then trouble strikes. I would like to be able to keep it. In this deck, I feel like it's certainly not keepable. Remember, 1/3 of our deck costs more than 4. 2/3 costs less than 4. We want to be a little, you know, going to be a little careful taking anything that costs more than 4. And I think there's an argument for keeping a 4 here and there. Very good draw to at least get something on the board. Best thing is probably Mad Scientist or Whelp Wrangler. This is a nice pickup though.
Sing along. You know the words.
You know the words. Huh. Kind of interesting. Let's play this, because if he takes the trade, I keep the 2/2. He'll get a rogue secret, so it's a little less valuable for him. Because his secret costs 2, mine costs 3, so in general I'm getting more value. I think that's mostly true. But I actually don't know everything he can discover. I'm not sure everything that's in Bamboozle. Shenanigans, the one that turns your second draw into a banana. Interesting. Keepable? What's keepable? Sorry? You said Orb wasn't keepable. Yeah, I don't think so. Huh. He loses that. I can heal it and trade it. I can play this and free kill it and play this. We've got options. Kind of like this.
You will not come closer.
Like if he's using an assassinate or something on this 7/7, one, it's gonna He's gonna eat up his whole turn. And two, it's like, what, he's gonna assassinate something. My 10 drop from a sunset volley at some point or something. Maybe. I get to continue using all my mana. The 4 and the 2 can go 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If there's like a really juicy ping for us, we can consider that. Like, let's say he pre-hits and gets a poison. Bans our 1/1 as a result. I guess if he had a 2/2, I would probably just play this, though. Okay. I could shoot the 3/2 and see what comes out. A rush. Kind of interesting because he probably doesn't want to take 7. So, what did we say we could do? I could play this and this. I can shoot there, but then I leave that up. I think I want to clear both. Just clearing both of them makes it a little harder for him to deal with that. Man, Frozen Touch is kind of appealing. I don't have a ton of minions. But I have like Cold Cases. I have Wrangler. I'm ahead right now, and I went first, so I think I'm going to be able to grind out at least one more, probably easily 2 more over the course of the game. I'm gonna go 1 ping 4. Don't think I want to use that. I mean, that can help fuel that.
Your power, limitless.
Which I guess means 7 and 1. 5, 2, 1. 5, 1, ping. The card is called Buy One, Get One Freeze, but 2 minions get frozen.
In the shadows, I saw something.
You want me to add it to my list of flavor fails? They're gonna ruin the day they had this many flavor fails. Actually, you know what? Let's just get another minion down. If we whip on the secrets and get like Flame Ward, Ice Barrier, and Counterspell or something, we'll take one, we'll play one, it'll be okay. But, I don't know, it takes a little bit of the pressure off of him. If we get Objection or Explosive Runes or Oasis Ally, then it's pretty good, but I don't think we have to risk the possibility of missing it.
Never bring a sword to a fish.
Might call it a Jabate and Switch. Jabate and Switch. They should make a card called Jabate and Switch. What this game really dramatically lacks is enough puns, enough useless puns. Hidden objects. Hidden objects.
Limitless. Limitless.
Don't you know who I am? Amazing.
Enjoy 'em, man.
Amazing.
Unless you're killing me with 4 wicked stabs, in which case don't enjoy them.
Well played.
We'll see.
Quickly.
Jeez Louise. I thought you might be double wicked stabbing me.
Who's there?
Because once you do it, it's like gone, right? Like you've done it. Fuck. Can I have one of those 4s back? Can I have the 2? Oh wait, never mind. Rewarded.
I have been chosen by Amatis herself.
It's probably there's like an kind of like an achievement for everything. It seems like but you do it once and then clear it, and you never know, and you don't. I don't like bother to read them. Is it good draw or bad draw? Unfortunately, very bad draw. It's a personal achievement to overkill by the biggest amount. God, I wonder what the biggest amount I've ever overkilled for. Excuse me. In arena, like not a tavern brawl, maybe like... Shit. I don't know, 10 maybe? 20?
A bit warm up here.
Really rough draw. We got rid of a 4, but we ended up with a 1 and a 2. So I don't really feel that bad about the mulligan. I feel bad about the draw, though. Questionable draws. You think I shouldn't have drawn the cards in this order? You know what? You may be right about that. You think I should have drawn cards I could actually cast this game? An argument in your favor. That type of play. These draws are horrendous. Yeah. Even with the structure of our deck, this is pretty anomalous. Is that a rush? Corrupted, rush, divine shield. So do I freeze it? Ping it, buff it?
What to do? What to do?
We'll unfreeze. Mine unfreezes here. His actually stays frozen, mine unfreezes. Because there's a legal target to attack into. You're taking a break at that time? Yeah, sorry, I used I did a little restroom break. What are you up to, Hickey? What the heck is going on? 4 years. What did I 4 years ago? That was probably like mid-COVID. That was mid-COVID 4 years ago. We're already a couple months into COVID. Just again, pretty crazy to think about. That was 4 years ago. COVID was 4 years ago. Where did my items go? That card's draftable? I really feel like they changed the, I feel like they have changed the Druid drafting pool. I don't think I've seen a single one of these. I saw Mark of the Lotus, old deck. I don't think it was draftable and then became undraftable. I just think it's not been draftable. Maybe it has. No, I feel like nobody plays it against me. I never get it. I'm not even saying it's that good. I just feel like something changed and nobody told me. Yeah, really? Wow, I got another rush. Please, okay. I got beast in here? No, no beast. But I cleared the board and that's kind of nice. I don't even think it's an old deck. Maybe it's just really rare. Maybe something changed. Mark of the Lotus. I saw like 6 Mark of the Lotuses today. And I was pretty sure I've seen 0 before that, so. Thing has poison. Dude, no poison. Please. Oh my god. No poison. Alright, taunt me. Clear the board and taunt me.
I can't do that.
Might kill him next turn. He doesn't kill me this turn. I feel like this card should spit out a 1-2. Like you should get 3 attack and a 1-2 poison. Or 3 armor and a 1-2 taunt or whatever. Feels like it should do both. I must be dead if he's doing that. Nah, maybe he's just trying to set up like 2 turn or something. Get 2 taunts down. It's okay. Armor. Freezing his face is okay. Let's do this, see what we get here. Shit. God, this is actually pretty good if I can get that projection orb. I want to freeze his face. Doesn't really help me. I can buff the taunts. But I think I want to just hit. Yeah. I don't know if there's any cleave or anything. Definitely take the fireball. Definitely get the projection orb. Copy of. Probably a copy of. You better not kill me. Something like that. This is actually a great opening hand. Because we can full mull. And our odds, we only have 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? We have very low odds of hitting the 5+ cost cards now because we started with all of them. So the best is to hit a 1, a 2, a 3. The next best is to only hit the expensive shit. Then you have pretty good odds of getting your cheap stuff. Is UI still a thing? It is a card that can be drafted. It is not a particularly good card anymore, I don't believe. But it actually is draftable right now. I was offered one and I passed it. And I really wanted it for nostalgic purposes, but I didn't take it. But I wanted it. They play Arena so long, I had to go for a walk and eat some chips. As I always say whenever anybody asks me a question like that, I like streaming a lot more than I like Arena. But I like Arena. So, it's not to say like I hate Arena and I find streaming to be okay. I like streaming. If I was sitting here playing Arena by myself in my underwear, I would not play more than a few games probably, if that. But this is my job, so I don't really feel like most of the time I'm playing Arena for the purest form of potential joy. I feel like I'm doing my job, and if I don't eat, but I like my job. Does that make sense? And staying alive is a motivating factor when it comes to going to work, doing your job. And it's a plus that I get to talk to you guys and sit at my computer and, you know, sometimes get some good Hearthstone games too. It's not to imply it never happens or can't possibly happen. It's definitely a plus. 3. So I can go 2. 1. We just start to focus on burning him or setting up the flame strike for when these come out. Does Arena keep your beard red? No, it's going gray, Tangerine. And Arena might be actually contributing. Hearthstone might be a contributing factor to that. But no, it's all gray now. But because my beard is kind of red and kind of fair, it's very blondish. It's very white. It's not really gray. A lot of them are like a lot of my hair is like more white. Did you teach Judge how to be as nonchalant as you? I like Judge. Judge is a good guy. He's very nice, and he's very smart, and he's very dedicated. I feel for him because he really hates Arena. It's kind of like Dreads, only he didn't start 4 years earlier like Dreads did. So Dreads can at least justify playing Arena even though he hates it. Probably more than Judge. Because it at least like is a lot closer to paying the bills. You know? For Judge, it's harder because you're kind of still trying to get a foothold, like getting established, but it also doesn't pay the bills. It makes it harder to justify doing something you don't love anymore. So I understand his perspective. Now that being said, I'm not that close with him. You know, a little bit here, a little bit there. I don't know his whole life. I don't know his finances. I don't know all that stuff. Meteor. Well, a 1-mana meteor for him is pretty good, but at least that problem's done, right? Just realized they removed duels today. Is it gone? It is gone, right? Yeah, Mercenaries is still in, but they don't maintain it or update it. Duels is gone. You can't play it. That's kind of a bummer. I'm glad to be here on your channel. Your streaming content as a streamer is great. Would love to be a great fan if you're open to it. Be happy to connect with you on Discord. My username is Wayne02. Okay, well my username on Discord is I don't know what it is. There's that. I'm Redbeard. I think I'm Redbeard HS on Discord. You can add me, but before you do, this is me. I need you to clarify what being a great fan means. I'm not sure I entirely understand. If that means like you and I talk all evening or all afternoon, I don't want to do that. If that means like you're like commissioning to get nude photographs of me painted either by yourself or, you know, leading personalities in that avenue, like, yeah, maybe means that when I make love to my wife, I think of you. Well, that does sound like a great fan. Feel free to add me, and if your messages are really weird, I'll try to let you know. But I may let you know by not responding, okay? How to get hats off nudes. Last time I played, the queues were getting long. In duels, yeah. I mean, that was the main problem, actually. So it's like people who wanted to play constructed didn't want to play duels because it's not constructed. And people who wanted to play arena or like a limited format didn't really want to play it because you had to construct the first half of your deck anyway. So it's like you have really dedicated constructed players and really dedicated limited players, and you made a mode that didn't really appeal to either of them. But nobody ever asks me anything. It's almost like I'm not on their payroll. But they could probably lurk here. They could have lurked here over the last 6 years and not flubbed that one. Rumble was a good investment for Blizzard? Maybe. It might have made a lot of money. I don't know if Rumble is still going or if they're still supporting it or how much it made or how much it costs. I always say I met the Rumble developers and they were very nice. Some of the artists. It would be great if it had success. I don't think it did. Nobody talked about it after like a couple weeks. But I hope it did. I don't know, hope it's still going. The people that work there are still making money and have jobs. You just the starter cards for your class, it would be good. Yeah, I just think you should have been able to draft your first 15 cards. And then go from there. Or like get a random pool of cards. Because what it ultimately came down to was like people knew what the best class was, whatever, warlock or whatever. And then they know what the best 15 card list is. And then every game you play is the same exact game, just like constructed, only you don't get to build your whole deck. It's like, okay, you've missed the point. You've missed the point of what people like. They either want to not play the same game over and over again, or they want to play the exact same game over and over again. They want to build their whole deck. And then they don't want to spend the rest of their game continually adding to and subtracting that deck. It's Rumble, the cartoony mobile game that launched with Whizbang. I don't know if Whizbang was in there. I actually don't think Whizbang was ever featured from the onset. It might be a thing now, I don't know. But it was very cartoony. It was kind of like Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Blizzard's take on that IP, but I think most would agree not done super well. Wasn't completely without joy, but very, very heavily monetized. The art style was very, very simplistic. The UI was pretty buggy right off the start. The load times were incredibly long. Launched with the Hearthstone Whizbang expansion. No. This came out in November of 2023. The Whizbang expansion came out in March of 2024. I thought since you paid gold for ranked heroic duels, it was gold sync they could keep. I think had enough people played it, they probably would have, but it just doesn't seem like it was a thing that people were even investing like their resources into. Just so far behind going second. Like, pointing out a Fire Islands portal seems kind of cool, but I was one of the 5 people that enjoyed it. Yeah, I liked it. It's just, if I streamed it, nobody would watch it, and I didn't like it more than Arena. I thought it was pretty cool. I watched some. It was cool. It just, like I said, it just didn't appeal to the broader player base. There's really, in card games, there's like very defined like player types, and it's really broad, constructed and limited, and they took again half of each, and most players aren't like super dedicated to each. Like Magic the Gathering, it's the exact same way. Hearthstone, it's the exact same way. And I think they I mean, give me a little help here. I don't know, he has to give me a 4/4 or something.
Nox Ramus shall be cleansed.
It added a lot of chaos? Yeah. Okay, I mean, I might still be dead, but I got a 1-mana 4/4. If I get like a no muncher from this and I'm not dead this turn. What happened this game? The Duster screwed me. Having less mana screwed me. Heart Blossom's probably in that spot the best treasure you can get. Water Cannon's very good. Stupid coin in your hand, and like in the last game, and you just die, and at 9 and 2 it doesn't feel so bad, or 9 and 1. At 2 and 2 or 1 and 2 where it's just as likely, it feels really bad. Anyway, long story short, I'd consider today a pretty good results. Good, well, definitely good results, but I also enjoyed a lot of the games. Hey, what's up, Lori? Was it as rewarding as being a Target member? No. Yes, 10,000 times more rewarding than that. Let's see if we can actually fight for the board before we take 37 damage against a hunter. If I play this and he goes face and then he puts a Tar Creeper down, like I'm just sitting here like not able to do anything. If he fears this card, which maybe he should and maybe he shouldn't, he has to invest resources. If he's like leaving it up, you know, maybe we're pinging. I feel like this is a pretty good exchange for us. I can go 2 and 1 and have a coin. Actually only have 1/2 drop right now. But I think we want to do that. It allows me to coin this out and clear. Allows me to cold case. We can take a hit and heal for a little. Consistency means you're doing something right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm always doing the same things, and that's kind of the funny thing. Sometimes your decks are better, and sometimes they're worse. In this meta, lately, it feels like you almost always have a good deck. Your opponent always has a good deck, and you almost always have a good deck. But I'm almost always doing the same things, taking, you know, similar structured decks and so on and so forth. But sometimes things don't match up for you. You get a bad draw, you get an opponent with a really broken deck, you cast, you know, this card and it doesn't give you any of the spells you need, and then you end up losing because of it. like that happens, and honestly, like myself and other streamers probably just need to get, not everyone, but in general, you kind of just need to get better at accepting that. But it's hard sometimes because you're competitive and you want to do well and so on and so forth. But yeah, sometimes it's just, you know, he draws and he buffs 7 minions or he draws and he buffs 2. Like, really minute details sometimes affect the outcome of the game. Like, even like this game is a lot different than the last game. We were already dead by this point in the last game before things had really started. In this game, it's like we may end up losing, but that's okay. Right now it looks like we may end up winning, which is even better, but... Just 1 mana freeze stuff, it's really good. Good day from Australia, Redbeard. What's up, Aussie Zeus? We have Lori here. We got Aussie Zeus. We got this some other guy probably. The Banana Man. So we'll freeze them both. We'll freeze his face. We'll freeze them both. We will coin, play, equip, and attack. Then if he doesn't taunt, he dies to the Fire Lens portal. And we have the heal, and we have some discover if we need to find something. We can also crack this into a big minion and get the poisons and clear like a mountain bear and then win the game that way. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. That's a lot of 10-win runs today. What are you planning for your Saturday? Man, Lori, you know what I would really love is to get some sleep. Not feeling like I have to nap before the stream is really refreshing. But I don't know what happened. I messed something up. Work schedule is always changing, so I know the feeling. Yeah, for me, it's like it's almost like a boredom induced in some ways. Where it's like I'm losing the coin, but if I'm not drawing a 2 for a few turns, it's gonna allow me to tempo out an extra 2/3 at some point in the game. No win that could be next turn. King and play the 1. But it's like after the stream, sometimes I'll go on my walk, I'll make something to eat, I'll watch something on TV, and then I'm kind of like lazy, you know. Like, I've been working all day, you know. It's like kind of you've been working all day. I like the sound this 2-drop makes better. I'm using that. Wouldn't work though, right? Anyway, I don't know. What am I gonna do? Sit around, enjoy the sunshine a little. Sleep instead of being bored. Yeah. So I feel like that kind of, or I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just head to bed. But I think part of it too, lately, that's sort of kind of messed me up, is what I've kind of liked doing is laying in bed and putting headphones on and then listening to music. And I think that's what started this, actually, this little streak of bad sleep, is I'll sit in bed completely naked under the sheets and I'll put my headphones on and I'll listen, and then like an hour later I wake up and like something's playing. I'm like, oh shit, I fell asleep. I keep doing that, and I don't think, like, I'm not ready for bed. I want to listen, but then I fall asleep. Good blinds. Yeah, I have blackout curtains. They're not great, but they're okay. They're actually fine, but they fall down in the summer. They're like adhesive. They're like just construction paper. I mean, they're like, I bought them off of Amazon. I bought them a few times. The adhesive kind of wears, and I don't have like real blackout curtains. But one time I
wonder.
That's 3 damage. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I just don't want to kill that right now. One time I set up my
I don't normally make the live stream, but I would like to say thank you for the edited runs on YouTube.
Thank you, Aussie. Appreciate the 16 months. Frank puts those up for me. So if you ever see Frank kicking about in here, shoot him a hello. He's a good guy. He helps me out a lot. He's a hardworking guy. He works with a lot of Hearthstone creators. If you watch Hearthstone on YouTube, there's a good chance that Frank is putting up the videos. I had something else I was gonna say. One time when I was at my brother's, I taped up, well not, oh I did, like they have adhesives, I put up like 5 layers of blackout curtains. And it was like, you would go in and close the door and you couldn't see anything if you didn't turn on a light. And I actually kind of liked it, and I started to get a little concerned. I was like, I enjoy this kind of too much, and I'm just sitting like nefariously in the dark, you know? 7, 6, 1.
What to do? What to do?
This could be bad.
Time runs out on me.
1. Darkness is good sleep. Yeah. Problem is, when I was in Southern California, it was 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius. So even though I was in complete darkness, it was usually 8,000 degrees in there. Didn't make sleeping super conducive.
You fold.
Maybe you're a vampire. Maybe I'm a reverse vampire. No, wait. Maybe I'm a regular vampire. I like the darkness, though. I do. I like the dark. I like the cold. I'm not pitch black. I like kind of cloudy, rainy Oregon weather, though. I do like it.
Honor guides me.
The man with the big stick. Could be hidden meaning. We'll know if it's Rat Trap after this turn. Darn. Is it dry heat? Yeah. Yeah, kinda, I think. Is Ysera any good? She's not great. She's not great. Dexter? It's a man with the big stick.
Repeat after me. Inside voices, please.
It's a good silence. I've got a pretty good meteor, at least to clear. What the fuck? Really? That is surprising. Get sweat all over your body the second you open the door. Here it's 5C at night. Hate it. I'm used to 30-40. Yeah, so yeah. Maybe it's an Australian thing. I don't know if you guys, you may not, you know Tasney? Tasney's from Sydney. And she really hates the she hates the cold weather. She'd rather it be like 30. She'd rather it be 40C than like 20. Like 20 is too cold. What? 20? Let's still do this next turn and get a 1. Freeze something. It's a pretty good hand. We don't want to go second, but as we know, a lot of the times we just have a bunch of 7s and 8s and it's horrible. Yeah, he's hero powering it. It costs him probably 3 mana. Human body relies on water evaporating, so high humidity equals way worse feeling. Yeah, either way, doesn't sound good to deal with those high temps. Do any saunas in chat? Stevie? I've been in a sauna before. Not crazy about it, but I don't Don't hate it or anything. I can play this. If you can't kill it, then I can play this, or I can go 1, 2, 1. That's actually pretty good because if you get like 1 poison, it can be nice. Wow, and we actually get the trade. That's a pretty big deal too. Stops him from hero powering. It's interesting. Stops him from hero powering. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. And then next turn I can play this hit if I get Divine Shield or Poison or Reborn. Reborn on any of this would be good.
I make this look easy.
Okay, I got Reborn. And they still died. Could be a very early Sunspot.
We must stop this corruption.
6, 2. Freeze it. Trade it. Freeze it.
We must stop this corruption.
Do it. Be likely to clean it up here. I think just a 3-mana 4/8 taunt is pretty good. He might play containment this turn. He might play something. We'll have to kind of see if we can avoid the Rhea on curve. We know he has a Rhea. My e-girl banned me yesterday. I told the subscribers they had main character energy. She thought that was a bad thing. Well, looks like you're in the market for a new e-girl. And, well, frankly, I'd like to apply. What's the best thing I could draw here? I don't know. That's his drafted legendary? That card sucks so much butt. That heal absolutely donks me. Oh, thank God I hit it. We low rolled that thing. Best 10 drop? The 10 mana 6/7 that spits out another 6/7 at the end of the turn. I think is in a vacuum the best one you can get. There's a 10 mana 7/7 taunt. Death Rattle Summon a Taunt is good. Rhea Straza, right now, Raid Boss Onyxia can be quite good if you need a rush. I guess if you need that, then there's the 8/8 warrior card that puts bombs in your opponent's deck. That one's better, unless you have a whelp on the board. So the 8/8, the 7/7 taunt, and the 6/7 miniaturized card I think are probably on the short list. There's Denathrius is a 10/10 lifesteal, which can be very good. Yeah. Main character can go either way. It can mean you're confident or narcissistic. 4 ping kill. Just don't quite have enough here. Freeze. Man, I really thought we were just cooking. But I guess we're not cooking. What if I just do this? Just freeze it. See what I get. 0 mana elemental. Huh, forgot about that. Get these on the board. Get that ping going. We pre-hit it? Let's just pre-hit it. I'm not gonna throw this in. Kind of makes Disposal Bot a little better. We already gave him a little value off of that I don't like. I can't believe this is a 12-win Druid with a Keeper Steladris. He may have a Highlander deck and discovers Rhea a fair amount. He might have a lot of Dragon Generation and a lot of Dragon Discover. This deck looks kind of like Dookie though. Kind of like a Dookie level deck over here. Really? Not so good? Alright, we've cast a 9, we haven't cast a 7, an 8, or a 6, so Orb is good to have. We will cast it before the game ends, which is cool too in the 11-2 game, win or lose. We should be able to cast it. We do need help right now. Finding ways to make it work. We actually don't have a 5 in our deck, which is kind of crazy. Campaign can play a 1. Here we go here. Maybe we find a 1. We need to generate more spells, which is good. You're doing so well. Lori, we had a great day of results, but also had fun playing, and also... So you can't even discover Araya and have it be active. You play a raid boss on Nixia. Mopbot gifted 100 subs today, Lori. 100 subs. And Portgas gifted 50 subs, which is all kind of silly. Actually, maybe I just take Ice Barrier? That means I have 6 mana. Did not play the taunt. And get the Ice Barrier down.
Your power, limitless.
So we had good results and oh. This will be 3? That will be 7. Let's try that. I'm getting crazy support. I watched the bots. It's kind of unbelievable. Side note, I don't really like this song. Is that okay to say? Oh, I love this song. I haven't heard this in a long time. Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I'll take it, Lori. I'll take it.
We must stop this corruption.
So many Emerald Explorers. You deserve it? You think so? What do you think doesn't deserve it?
Shannon's only good for
Shit.
smashing.
Okay, maybe don't answer that.
You will not come closer.
You deserve a bit less, IMO. Quite a bit less, maybe. Point. More of those? Still don't have an 8, still don't have a 7, still don't have a 6. Team Kolst deserves it less or deserves it more? I think everybody deserves it, but you especially. Yeah, that's probably a good answer. I think that's probably true. Fuck. Wait, I can attack with it, but not right now. I have Ice Barrier? I have Ice Barrier too. Let's go. He only drew 1 dragon. Huh. You can always freeze that. Another Ice Barrier. Just need to like keep removing his stuff and stay alive. That's all I need to do. Reds deserves it less. Team Coles. I always say if Dred's got what he deserved, he'd probably be in prison. He discarded some shit for sure. Epic. Titan time? We have not gotten the Titan once this whole run. And now we may end up with the Titan. Still don't have a 6. Still don't have a 7. Still don't have an 8. But 9 though. He has this. Firelands. Firelands is way safer. You know what? Let's just get this down now. We can play objection. We can look for ice barrier just to stay alive no matter what. Decent 6, not bad. Thought about taking Oasis ally.
Call that a blade? I've got 3.
Those rolls. We're rolling high. We are rolling high this game. So my problem is I think I have lethal on board, but I don't get to play a Titan.
I can see
No! He didn't let me do either. Which is probably fair because I think that was over. I will say, it's great to go 12. Their deck didn't seem that good. They have the weapon, maybe they've got 2 of the weapon. I think they played great. I think they played exceptionally well. VV Zwipsby. And I think taking that deck to 11 on their part, it speaks to their skill level.